This vodcast was developed in collaboration with the New South Wales Equity Consortium as part of the Imagine Futures program. The views and opinions expressed by ambassadors in this interview are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the official position of Macquarie University and Punchbowl Boys High School.
Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth and final episode of your Imagined Futures podcast. Today we are joined by Macquarie University student ambassadors to answer the questions generated by our Year 7 cohort at Punchbowl Boys High School. So please welcome Naomi, Simone, Ella and Andrew. Now if we can get you guys to introduce yourselves to our Year 7 students, that would be fantastic.
Hi everyone, my name is Naomi and I'm currently in my third year of my Bachelor of Business, majoring in mathematics and my Bachelor of Science degree.
Hi guys, my name's Simone. I'm a first year student at Macquarie and I'm doing a Bachelor of Commerce majoring in Human Resource Management.
Hello everyone, I'm Ella. I'm doing Bachelor of Arts and I'm majoring in Psychology and Criminology.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm doing a Bachelor of Engineering and Arts, majoring in Mechatronics and Ancient History, and I'm in my final year.
When you were young, what was your childhood dream? And does your imagined future look different now? We might start with Naomi, please.
Okay, so when I was in high school, ever since I was in year 7, I wanted to become a mathematics teacher because I had really fun, engaging teachers all throughout my high school career. And this is what I thought I was going to choose all the way from year 7 and then to year 12. But then when the time came for me to actually choose which degree I would pursue in university, I got a lot of feedback from family, friends. I was really influenced to choose a Bachelor of Business instead, even though I didn't take business studies in my year 11 or 12. Everyone was just saying, why would you want to become a maths teacher? When you can do accounting and business, that's where the money is, that's what everyone's doing. You should do business instead. So straight out of high school, that's what I did. And I did it for 2 years, but then I realized this isn't for me. I should be pursuing something that I'm passionate in. And I've always been passionate in maths because it's something I find that's really fun. And even though most people find it really boring, I know that you can apply it to real life and it's fun and it encourages logical thinking. I know it's not a very popular subject, but I really enjoy it. And I'm really happy I chose something that I'm passionate in instead of what other people told me I should have done.
I wanted to be a doctor. I loved being able to help people, being able to find new things, discover new ways to cure illnesses. But as I went through high school, I found out in year 9 that I am not very good at chemistry at all. Even though it's a very interesting subject, I found that I didn't understand it and it wasn't a passion of mine. And I wanted to find different ways or a different pathway that I could still help people without being a doctor. So I went into senior school and I found that I loved helping people with mental health. I wanted to find a way to do that. I never thought about business. I never thought about doing anything in that pathway because to me, I didn't understand that I could help people through a business degree. Fast forward to university, I got in with a double degree with psychology and commerce. And I found out after doing it that psychology really wasn't something for me. It wasn't a passion of mine. I didn't really love it as I thought I did. But then I found out once I took human resource management that it's really an interesting degree. You actually get to help people. In human resource management, it's not just hiring, firing, and it's not just paying people. You're actually changing the company culture. You're inciting inspiration into your colleagues underneath you, and you're being able to create an actual difference and change within a company increasing diversity, seeing different people go into different roles, actually being able to change. And that's what I really loved. And that's why I decided to pursue that as my future career.
It wasn't until in around year 9 and 10 that I actually had a interest in humanities subjects like commerce, even languages as well. And then that kind of led me on to do some kind of background in some law. So like in senior years, I did legal studies and business studies and all that, because I was interested in humanities and just how people interact with each other. So I had interest in law in particular, and then I had an interest in mental health as well. So that kind of led me on to want to become a forensic psychologist. So for people who don't know what forensic psychologist is that it's just combined with mental health and the criminal justice system. So that's what I want to do in life, and that's what I want to pursue in the future in university as well. So that's what I'm doing now, and that's what kind of led me on to want to become a forensic psychologist. Yeah.
Then I think I was kind of in limbo of what I wanted to do career-wise for most of primary school. And then when I turned probably 13 or so, I figured out that robotics and just engineering in general is what I want to do, because I like breaking stuff. And that's what most engineers do. Yeah, it's a secret of the trade. You break stuff and then try and fix it, and then hopefully something good happens. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm studying engineering. I knew that from the beginning of high school. I chose my subjects in high school that we'll discuss later, I guess, maybe, as to what sort of type of engineer I wanted to be. Yeah, so I knew from then, but initially, yeah, I thought I would be a firefighter back home, and now I'm halfway across the world doing engineering.
What subjects did you pick in year 11 and 12, and how are they helpful to you now? Let's start with Naomi, please.
I think the subject that really helped me a lot, even until this day in my year 11 and 12 studies, would be food technology. Food technology can sometimes be seen as like a subject that only girls take, or like, well, to me, food is fuel for your body, and like everyone needs food. And when you learn about like the different components of food, say carbs, proteins, and fats, and how they directly affect your body and the different nutrients, that is something I find really useful, especially for someone that like wants to go gym or train seriously and look after my body and my fitness.
Taking music allowed me to not only perform in front of people, but it gave me the confidence to be able to speak in front of different types of people and be able to present myself in different situations. And that skill has proved to be invaluable, and has helped me gain opportunities that I probably never would have inside and outside of academic and social life. Yeah.
Like the most useful for me is community and family studies, just because it teaches you with how community and how families interact in the society. And there's also some research and analytical skills that they teach you in that subject that I think would be useful in like your everyday life, in whatever degree you want to study in uni. And I feel like even if you don't go to uni, the research and like critical thinking skills are very, very useful in like everyday life.
So my 3 electives were physics, chemistry, and engineering, graphics, and design. Very science-based, very factual stuff. I'm using none of those in my second degree of ancient history, which I didn't actually study properly in high school. Did do a basic thing of it in the first 2 years, grade 8 and 9. And so those really helped me in having a basic understanding of the principles that I use on a day-to-day basis in my degree now.
Alrighty, I think that sums up our podcast. So thank you for joining us today, everyone. And thank you to our audience for tuning into this podcast.